God in prayer. Like them in here right now. The Bible says when there's two or three gathered together in His name, He said, there am I in the midst of them. Amen. Master, Lord, most blessed and give of every good and precious gift. You reveal all, and you know by the names. We give thanks to you this morning. You're blessed to be here again in a place where we designate to be the house of prayer, house of knowledge, house of salvation. Now bless those that are here. Bless those on their way. Bless those that desire to be here and cannot be here this morning, Lord. And God, just bless the service this morning, testimony service, praise service, song service, everything that takes place here this morning. Let it be a blessing to you, Lord. And God, just bless the bereaved today, those who lost a loved one. God, let them look up and be a good courage. God, let know all things work together for good to them that love God, to the call upon your purpose, Lord. Bless those discouraged today, don't know which way to go, Lord. And God, just bless this ministry. God, bless to get back on the radio station, on television to get the word out these last few days. Bless to build that new church over there on Ramona and Husband, Lord. Meet the financial need, God. Bind up every enemy that come against the ministry, Lord. Any enemy that comes to bind up this enemy ministry in any way, God, we bind this enemy in Jesus' name and just have your way in the service today. And we're going to be careful, give you all the praise, the glory, and the honor for everything said here this morning. Amen. Let's give the Lord a great big hand clap. Put your hands together. We're going to praise a little bit. We're going to give my name to come talking about Jesus. And you may be seated if you can't, we understand. Right now we'll call Minister Young going to come and up the service this morning, so feel free to participate in the service. This is another day the Lord has made. We should rejoice and be glad in Him. And right now Minister Young will come and open the service. God bless you, Minister Young.
Amen. Praise God. Praise God for being here this morning. Thank God for my life and strength. I thank praise God for being good. Praise God. Amen. For waking me up this morning to start on my way. Let us see a brand new day that was to come. Amen. Amen. I thank God for the change. The weather's changing. Praise God. We're going into a new season. Amen. I thank God the universe is changing every day. Amen. And we have to change. Amen. I thank and praise God for everything. Amen. We're going to get into the service. Praise Him. We got a song. No, we got a scripture. I'm going to read the scripture, y'all. Over here in the book of Timothy. In the book of Titus. Right. Second chapter. It says, but speak thou the things which become in sound doctrine. Amen. That the aged men be sober, grave, temple, sound in faith, in charity, and in patience. And the aged women likewise, that they may be behaved and become in holiness, not false accusers, not giving much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, and to love their husbands, and to love their children. All right now. Amen. God. Amen. I thank praise God for the word. Thank praise God for being here. We're going to call Magdalene. Praise Him.
Turn it off. Stop recording. Stop. Over here. Put it on pause. Push. Push that red button.
I
John, yeah.
I love pumping gospel music. I turn up loud as I can to be heard by everyone. I love pumping gospel music. I turn up volume up 110, got the bitches to celebrate. I'm not ashamed to let the whole world know. I pump my gospel music wherever I go. As I'm driving in my car, I'm driving in my Jeep. It brings joy to my soul. It sounds so sweet. I love pumping gospel music. I turn up loud as I can to be heard by everyone. I love pumping gospel music. I turn up volume up 110, 'cause it reaches the soul of man. Everybody let's pump it up. Pump it up. Everybody let's pump it up. Pump it up. Everybody let's pump it up. Pump it up. Everybody let's pump it up. I love pumping gospel music. Turn up loud as I can.
All right now, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna celebrate. And I'm gonna name off all of y'all for artists that I can. Come on. Come on.
If you can. If you don't want to, it's cool. But when I think about Jesus, for me,
picked it up and put it in my pocket.
Your money with your name.
Yeah, when nobody had people walking all around looking all up, you know, picked it up. Got there and unfolded and looked at it. It was $55.
Look at here. That's all right. Great. All right.
Amen. Didn't have no name on it.
Yeah.
Amen. Praise God. Amen. But I thank God. God's been good. Amen. I just want to testimony, just give you a chance to testify and tell the goodness of God.
Yeah.
I was reading I got a magazine. It came in the mail today. I was reading it, and you know, Brother David was talking about these diseases. And this is a doctor. He's a health doctor, and he was talking about this killer flu. That's somewhere in Japan, somewhere it's on its way to America. But it's not like the regular flu, you know, it's a virus that hits you.
And you're going to have to eventually get it all out of your diet if you want to live and go into the 21st century. And I've been teaching this for the last 10 years, but a lot of people just now jumping on the bandwagon. A lot of people just now waking up. You need at least about 90 to almost 100 minerals, herbs, and vitamins in your diet every day. And until you get that in your diet, your immune system's not going to be up to where it needs to be. When these viruses hit America, chicken pox, measles, all these little childhood diseases we thought was eradicated years ago, they're coming back now, along with other new diseases. So we better get ready, saints. So if you heard it at the Word Revival Temple first. Isn't God good? Are y'all here today? Well, you know, some of y'all ain't got your attention yet concerning the meat and stuff, but I will pretty soon. Got Sister Bagley's attention. She been off them burgers a while now. Now I heard that this E. coli is getting ready to be a national disaster in all meats. They can't control it. All meats are going to be so full of E. coli and bacteria that they're going to have to destroy millions of tons of meat every day in every city around the United States. So what I'm doing, I'm just warning you and letting you know in advance to give you prior warning and notice that you can take care of yourself and your family. Because if you don't, ain't nobody else. Are you still here? Amen. Isn't God good? How many glad to be here today? Amen. How many feel God here today? How many know the devil's here today too? Amen. And he's sitting on somebody's shoulder. Y'all want to get him out of here? Ball the people say, devil! Devil! Get out of here! You ain't got no business in here! Get out of here! Now step on his head. Now kick him on out the door. Get on and get on out of here. Don't let you get. You ain't a part of the Word of Bible Temple Church. You just come here and step on somebody's shoulder. Keep from getting a blessing and being a blessing. Ain't God good? But truly, I enjoyed all the testimonies. Every time y'all testify, it really blesses my soul to see that people are taking heed to the Word around here at Word of Bible Temple. God has blessed us to Grimble. And she's been taking a Bilberg for her eyes, and she can read, and she can thread a needle now better than she have ever before. Oh, you still here? And even Tina's taking the Bilberg, and I think Sister Grimble's thinking about getting off meat too. Amen. And you know, a lot of people around here, like Brother Johnson, said he ain't ate no meat in about a couple of weeks. Went got him a veggie burger with no meat. And it seems like when you go to these restaurants or places and ask for a burger without meat, they get offended. They get mad at you. One time we went, I think it was a McDonald's or Jack in the Box, or we asked for burgers without no meat. And they said, oh, microphone real loud, no meat! I said, that's right, no meat. And when we got pulled around to pick it up, you know, the person took the order, called everybody to us, said, here they are. As if we, you know, something was wrong with us because we didn't want no meat. That we were ate, we wanted burgers without no meat on it. And so they showed all the workers, and hey, see, they don't want no meat. How y'all hear? I said, look, I'll pay for the full price for the burger. Just don't put none of that meat on it. And we go to Taco Bell. You know, I like the Mexican pizzas, but I said, don't put no meat on it. No meat? I said, that's what I said. No M-E-A-T. Because they can't understand. You know, you have to spell it for them. No M-E-A-T. You know I'm going to have to charge you for a price. I said, look, I didn't ask you that. I asked you for a Mexican pizza with no meat on it. And when you come around and, you know, you have to check it, make sure they ain't put no meat on, because sometimes they'll slap the meat on there anyway. Anyway, he must have made a mistake. He know he wanted meat on there. Y'all hear? But, you know, people get offended when you're not doing the same thing they're doing. But, see, you got to be different from the world, because the world's going to perish, because everybody follows the leader, whoever the leader is. But you can't follow the leader in this day and time. You got to be your own leader. And you got to make your own choices. Don't let people make choices for you. Make your own choices in life if you want to live. Isn't that good? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And the pleasure you
Amen. Happy birthday to you all, and may God bless you with many, many, many more birthdays. Our church doors are open on Sunday morning at 11 a.m., Sunday evening at 6 p.m., Tuesday night at 8 p.m.
Going on here at Word of the Bible Temple Church, because there's a lot of things going on, and sometimes we don't see some of y'all until next Sunday, so we want to keep you abreast of what's going on here at Word of the Bible Temple Church. Amen. Ain't God good? So those you got your envelopes, let's move quickly. Don't want to get into the message today. On the end of the message, rather, want to give you a full hour or more and what God got for you today. Isn't God good? So everybody that got your envelope, feel like, come on down, we're going to bless it back 100-fold. You can't outgive God. The more you give to him, the more he's going to give back to you. God bless back 100-fold. God bless this child. If you tarry, you can make a profit out of this young man, and God use him on the highway, byways, and hedges, and in school. Everywhere you go, God keep him from all hurt, harm, and danger, all sickness and disease away from his child. In Jesus' name, amen. Praise him. Come on down. God's got a blessing for you. God bless back 100-fold. Meet your will be financially, spiritually, physical, money. He got totally on my type. Don't worry and don't fret, because God, he's on your side. And if he's for you, he's more than the whole world against you. Many forces would try to rise up against you and even try to attack you. But God's going to give you the ability to know when the enemy is going to rise up and to counteract this enemy with positive energy, not with negative energy. And God's going to give you the victory in every area of your life. God said continue to move forward and continue to be aware of your health and your well-being, because this temple that you dwell in is the temple of God. And the more you take care of this temple, the better you will be and the more blessed you will become. The more you take care of this temple of God that he gave you for a length of time to live in. And as you take care of this temple, then you will see the benefits of God working through you and in you, because you give it again, and it shall come to pass. Just praise him. Isn't God good? Come on down. God's got a blessing with your name on it. God bless you back on the fold. Maybe financially, spiritually, physical, but he got tired of you on my type. There is no weapon formed against you shall prosper. God has been working with you, and God has been dealing with you in certain areas of your life. And God is blessing you even right now. And God has given you knowledge and understanding concerning certain things about yourself. And this is the main objective in life, is to learn about yourself. And the more you learn about yourself, as Imhotep said, man, know thyself, the more you'll know what you're here for and why you were put here, and what your relationship is with God. Because you are a God, and God has put you here for a divine purpose. And when we cast aside all these things that man has given us and told us to embrace and told us to do, we'll see that we haven't been doing what God has really told us to do. And when we understand that man has given us a false image and a false God, and when we cast these false images and false gods away, and then we see the true and living God within ourselves, then we'll know truly who we are and what our destiny is on this earth. Because you're given this day, God's going to bless you financially, spiritually, mentally, and economically, because you're given, and it shall come to pass. Just praise Him. Isn't God good? Come on down. God bless back on the fold. Beginning with the financially, spiritually, physical, God bless this child. If you tarry, you can make a prophet and a leader out of this young man. And God use him in school, everywhere he goes, and give him wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to do the right thing and to make the right decisions in life. And God, keep a hand on this child. Keep this child from all hurt, harm, and danger from sickness and diseases. In Jesus' name, amen. Praise Him. Ain't God good? Come on down. God bless it back on the fold. Meeting it with you financially, spiritually, physical. God said this is just the beginning of the blessings that He's going to bestow upon you and your family. And because you made sacrifices many times in the past and making a sacrifice to give this day, God's going to loose treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places. And there are blessings that you know nothing about is getting ready to be loosed even as you stand before me right now. God is blessing you even right now. And there are spiritual blessings and mental blessings that are opening up in your life. In the next 3 days, you're going to know this is God because you're given this day, and it shall come to pass. Just praise Him. Come on down. God bless back on the fold. We can be financially, spiritually, physical. There is a way that seems right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And many of your loved ones on the path of self-righteousness. And there's a way that seems right unto them, but they really don't know the right way. But through your intercession prayers, and through you standing in the gap and making up the heads, these loved ones and these relatives are going to come to the knowledge of the truth. And they're going to cast aside their pride and arrogancy. And they're going to come low. And you're going to see with your own eyes the miracle working power of God working through some of your loved ones' lives. And they will come into the fold. And they will come into the ark of safety. God's going to bless them and deliver them. And not only that, God is blessing you right now with wisdom and knowledge and understanding. And God's going to bless you to make the right decisions in the next few months for prosperity, wealth, and success. Because you're given this day, and it shall come to pass. Just praise Him. Ain't God good? Come on down. God's got a blessing with your name on it. God bless you back on the fold. Meeting it with you financially, spiritually, physical. God said, don't let nobody and don't let nothing turn you around. Because there are many forces out there that don't have your best interest at heart. And matter of fact, there are forces out there that's trying to work against you. But God is on your side, and God has already went ahead of you to make the crooked places straight. Every time the enemy tries to crook up your pathway, God goes ahead and make it straight. And because you're given this day, God's going to loose the treasures of darkness for you and hidden riches of secret places. And God's going to bless you financially. God's going to bless you spiritually and mentally in the next few weeks. Because you're given this day, God's going to open up these doors for you and your family because you're given, and it shall come to pass. Just praise Him. Come on down. God's got a blessing with your name on it. Can't outgive God. God bless you back on the fold. Meeting with you financially, spiritually, physical. There are things and there are ways that God's going to give and show you. And these things God's going to give you are going to be more valuable than gold and silver and precious stone. And God's going to lead you in a way that you've never been in before. And it's going to be a straight way, a plain path. And you're not going to find too many travelers on this path that God's going to lead you. And God's going to bless you on your journey. And God's going to keep you in the hour of temptation. When the storm is raging, there will be peace in the midst of the storm. And God's going to bless you to have knowledge and understanding concerning situations that's going to arise in your life in the next few weeks. Because you're given this day, God's going to bless you also with a great financial blessing. And God has shown me a check with your name on it. And this money is coming speedily. And there are no forces can stop it. And this money is going to be needed. And you're going to be able to do certain things that you've been wanting to do with this money. Because you're given again this day, and it shall come to pass. Just praise Him. Ain't God good? Anybody else, come on down. God's got a blessing with your name on it. Nobody else's but yours. God bless you back on the fold. Be financially, spiritually, physically. Don't worry about people that will not accept you for who you are. Because these people don't have your best interest at heart. Always encourage yourself when no one else encourages you to go forward. And many times you're going to have so-called friends and loved ones come against you and even say mean things against you, but don't let it faze you. Don't let it bother you. God said keep pressing your way. Because this race that you're in is not given to the swift. It ain't given to the strong. But it's given to him that endureth to the end. And you will make it. And you will survive. And because you're given this day, God is loosening a financial blessing for you in the form of cash. And God is showing me that you're going to receive this cash money in a peculiar way. And it's going to come at the right time. Because you're given this day, and it shall come to pass. Let's praise him. Ain't God good? Anybody else come on down? God's got a blessing with your name on it. Isn't he good? Let's get away. Don't sit like a buffalo long. We still having church. All right. Let's everyone stand. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to give something today. Amen. God's going to bless you too. We want everybody to give something today. And sometimes we don't share our blessings with others. Sometimes you need to share what God has done for you. Amen. Everybody stand your feet. Because God's been good to us and we ought to magnify him. And God said he inhabits the praises of his people. Amen. To make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness, come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is God, and it's he that has made us, and we ourselves. Amen. We are the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his courts with praise. Amen. We're going to praise him here today. Isn't God good? Bless his holy name. Yeah. How many glad? How many glad? I'm glad about it. Yeah. I'm glad about it. 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 What's time? he's been indicated every day we understand. God's been so good. And I don't think we praise him enough. I said I don't think we praise him enough. But nevertheless, God is still good. How many know he's good? Give him a wave offering. Come on, just get your hands up and just feel electricity. Feel the fire in the building. Ain't God good? Hallelujah, hallelujah. You know, some people got something to be thankful for. And there are a lot of people don't believe they got anything to be thankful for. But God has been good to all of us, whether we acknowledge it or not. Are you breathing? You're here today on your own recoveries. Right. Nobody told you in here. Right. You walked in here on your own strength. So that's a blessing in itself right there, just to be in your right mind and have the activity of your limbs. That's a blessing. Today I want to get right into the message because I ain't got about less than 30 minutes to cook for you today. And I want to cook you something up real good. Something that's going to help strengthen you mentally and spiritually. Because as you already know, you are a God. And all of I'm doing today is just reawakening the God force that's already in you. You already have the whole knowledge of the universe inside you right now. But all I'm doing is trying to open up that door for you to become conscious of that knowledge is already there. Because somebody has lulled us to sleep. And we don't remember our past. So all I'm trying to do is open up your mind to receive the knowledge of your past. The message today is when righteousness exalts a nation. I don't feel that righteousness rules today. I don't feel that the people that so-called lead us in this world and in this country are righteous. And if they are not righteous, then they're not going to set righteous standards for us. Somebody said, well, when they took prayer out of school, that changed everything. Prayer wasn't even in school, really. You had remnants of prayer, but it was no real prayer in school. Never have been. They just allowed you to say a few words, but it wasn't real prayer. It wasn't really getting down to business like we should have. But I think that prayer should be in every institution of righteousness. In every institution that don't acknowledge prayer, which is self-communication, then that institution is not of God. Are y'all here? Amen. Now, I want to talk a little bit about talents that God gave to these men. And how all of these men did something with the talent God gave them. Except one. And some of us are just like this one that took the talent and didn't do nothing with it. I'm not saying all of us. Yes. But in St. Matthew, the 25th chapter, go with me right quick. All right. Are y'all here? In St. Matthew, the 25th chapter, we're going to begin reading at the 14th verse. This is when Jesus was speaking to the people concerning the judgment and the talents. Come on. St. Matthew 25:14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents. And to another 2. And to another one. To every man, according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. God gave us all talents according to our ability. Some have more ability than others. Some work harder than others. Some don't want to work at all, but want to receive the benefits. And that's sad for a person today that don't want to work and don't want to do nothing but want to receive all God's benefits and everything he's got to offer. So God gave each man talents according to his ability.
Come on.
Now if God gave you one talent, that's your ability.
That's right.
Because God knows what you need and what you're going to do with it before you even get it. So don't get jealous because he gave somebody else 5 and gave you 1. Maybe he knew that you weren't going to do nothing with the 1. That's why he didn't give you 5. Because you would have did something more drastic with the 5 if he would have gave you 5 instead of 1. Are y'all here? See, you got to be faithful over little before he will make you ruler over many. See, many of y'all today, you're going through trials. And some of y'all don't understand why you're going through these trials and these mountains standing in your way and these valleys you got to fall down in. You don't know why you're going through this, but there's a reason for everything. Romans 8:28 and said, we know all things, not some things, but all things work together for good to them that love God, to the call according to his purpose.
Well,
everything has got a purpose, even your trials, even your tribulations, even the death in your family. There's a reason for it.
come on.
There's a reason for you to lose everything. There's a reason for you to gain the world.
Come on.
There's a reason for you to lose your ability to become fruitful. So don't ever believe the hype when they say, well, you just got bad luck or you got good luck. I think it's you that in control of your own destiny, and whatever happens to you and for you, you are the main recipient, or you are the main one that made it happen.
Come on.
So you can't blame nobody for your misfortune, or your tragedies, or your accidents, or anything that happens to you in this world, because God has given you the power of choice.
Right.
He's given you the control of your own destiny. So stop looking around for somebody to blame when things happen to you. You already set the stage before you came here.
Amen.
Are y'all here today? Now, he that received 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents.
Come on now.
Now, you can look at this many ways here. The master was teaching them economics, teaching them business. And in life, we all got to know something about business and how to multiply that which we already have. And if you don't understand economics, look at the ant. The ant knows about economics, knows about survival, because the ants are busy right now. See, it ain't cold yet. Ain't no ice on the ground yet. But them little fellas out there are busy day and night. I didn't think they worked at night, but I got a flashlight and went outside at night. Them little boogers working at night. I mean, they found them a roach. They found them a little grasshopper, tearing it apart. Are y'all here? They're working because they know that one day they ain't going to be able to go out in the cold and find no food. So they're storing up right now in advance for the cold. So when the cold and the rain and the weather comes and they can't get out there, they got it all stored up in their nests or in their vaults, wherever they put it. Are y'all here? Now we should learn a lesson from the end. But some of us haven't made no preparations for when it gets cold.
That's true. Come on there.
As a matter of fact, some of us ain't even got an insurance policy on us.
Oh, come on, come on.
We're going to leave that burden to some relatives. We ain't worried about it. When we die, I don't know nothing about it. That is the wrong attitude to take. Because you bring burdens upon your loved ones, friends, and relatives. As a matter of fact, they would even hate to come to your funeral because you didn't have no insurance and you didn't have enough of God to take out a policy on yourself to bury yourself when you leave here.
Right.
Shout out, man. Y'all know I'm telling you the truth. Common sense will tell you, you got to take care of yourself. Ain't nobody else going to do it. Shout out to you, man. And if somebody else got a policy on you, it's just about money for them. They don't have your best interest, or they seeing what they gonna get out of your debt by getting the insurance policy on you. All y'all here. But that's not the case about Brother David, because I told my relative when James passed away, he didn't have no insurance. I told all my brothers and sisters, I said, I'm getting the insurance policy on all of y'all. And I said, this ain't gonna ever happen again. Stayed out of the grave for over 2 weeks. Nobody had no money. And looking for me to foot the whole bill and pay for his funeral. I said, no, I ain't going to do it. Now, I could have got the money, but I said, no, I ain't going to do it because there's too many of us to put him away. And they were waiting on me. The funeral director called me up. When y'all, I said, look, there's more than me in the family. Don't just look to me. Are y'all here?
Yes.
And ended up, I had to come up with the rest of the money. Because everybody was waiting on me. Everybody knew it. And I said, okay. I called a meeting. I said, all y'all come on. I want you to sign right here. Sign here. I'm getting the insurance policy on every last one. I said, this ain't going to ever happen again. And I'm going to make sure it's paid up. I'm going to pay it up a year in advance and make sure if you die, this will never happen to me again. Hello? Because you're going to be taken care of. Shout out to you, man. And you may have some deadheads that don't own no insurance. You might have to forge their signature. Look at me like that. Instead of being left holding the bag, Boogie didn't have no insurance, didn't want no insurance, forge his name, put it on a policy and send it in. Shout out to you, man.
They won't know if you're dead.
They won't know the difference.
The money.
For you being under pressure when somebody died, they ain't got no insurance, and you asking people, borrowing out here, begging, trying to put somebody away, that's embarrassing. And that's not wise. So get some insurance, forge your name, put it on a policy and send it in, send the premiums in, and make sure those premiums are paid up in advance. Because you never know when God's going to call somebody's number. Hello. And I think you need to shop around for the best insurance you can get. And the best insurance is the insurance that pays dividends, that you can get some cash value out of. If you got some insurance you can't get no cash value out of, you don't need to be paying into that. You need to pay in some that a few years down the road, if you need a loan, you can get a loan from that insurance policy.
Come on.
Hello? It don't make sense. You've been paying for 20 years and can't get nothing out of it. Person ain't died yet, you ain't died yet, but all these years you've been paying in, but you can't get nothing out of it when you have an emergency. Hello? I think it's like having a savings account or a CD or something. Your money is making money, and you should be able to capitalize on your money. They using your money to do things with it. You should be able to get some money back. Shout out to you, man.
Come on.
Now, likewise, he that had received 2 also gained other 2. I like that. But he that received 1
All right.
went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. Don't you know the money you have in your purse today is God's money? He made it possible for you to make that money this week. And some of us sat on it like it's ours. I'll do what I want to with it. Well, what if you don't have it at all? What if you can't get it, period? Then you start praying, Lord, why is I got to suffer like this? And God will remind you, remember when you had it and you didn't think about me. You didn't think about the church. You didn't think about giving something back. This is why I took it from you. Like Haggai 1, consider your ways. You sow much, but you bring in little. You earn it wages to put in a bag with holes. Thus saith the Lord, consider your ways. Are y'all here today?
Come on, come on.
I'm trying to carry you somewhere. See, we're getting ready to build a nation, whether y'all know this or not. This age that we live in is just about through.
Come on.
The people that are in rule today are just about over.
Come on, come on.
They know it, but a lot of us don't know it.
Right.
We think America going to be around for another 500 years. I got news for you.
Come on.
It would be a surprise to me if America be around another 100 years. Because when a nation is wicked in every order, and everything is saturated with wickedness and evil, it cannot stand for long. Because God said, every nation that turn against me, I'll turn them into hell. And America is a hellhole.
Come on.
And America gonna take us down if we don't come out.
Come on.
We gotta come out of her. This is why I'm teaching hell. This is why I'm telling you to come off that meat, because that man ain't got your best interest at heart. He's making that meat as fast as he can, shipping it all over the country, and you know they're not taking care of that meat, putting everything in the meat. But yet they will fatten up the cows and give them nutrients and vitamins and minerals and spend millions of dollars to fatten up their cows and stuff for the market. But yet they won't teach you about health. They want to cut them.
That's right.
Sister Davis Tate, I think it was 2020, and they were saying that these doctors are making a killing on people. They're making operations that are not necessary. Are y'all here? And since somebody blew the whistle, this doctor blew the whistle. He was top management. He blew the whistle on this hospital. What was the name of the hospital? Columbia Hospital, one of the most well-known, renowned hospitals in the country. They blew the whistle on this hospital. They were taking kickbacks. They were making operations that people didn't need, and people were dying. And I mean, these doctors were making $600,000, $700,000 a month on operations people didn't need. And this guy in high position, he blew the whistle because he said this is wrong. And many of the staff, the nurses, they agreed with him, said a lot of operations were not necessary. People that just had appendicitis, they come in there, they took them through operations they didn't need and killed a lot of them. So the FBI came in and came to the hospital and arrested the people that were charged and took possession of all their records and found out there was discrepancies in this well-known hospital, that these doctors were giving these big kickbacks on all these drugs they were giving these people, and they didn't need these drugs. I'm trying to tell you, I told my wife, I said, I've been preaching this for over 20-some years about these hospitals and these doctors. When are people going to wake up? And doctors kill at least by 20 or 30 people a month, and nobody bring the doctor to charge or to justice. Misdiagnosis. Give them the wrong medicine. Read the wrong chart. And here you are, putting your life in a doctor's hand, and he take you into his hand and kill you, and nothing is said. So this doctor said he just couldn't keep silent anymore. He had to blow the whistle on the whole hospital. And now the FBI is investigating. See, there's wickedness everywhere in the American system. Y'all been listening about the IRS? I taped it on CNN. They got up on the investigation. They said, we're going to pull up IRS from the roots. Because people have been discriminated against. People have been stripped of their life savings. for nothing, because these workers at IRS, they get quotas and they get bonuses for making you owe more money than you're supposed to pay. And they don't go by their handbook, their rule book. They cast that aside. They don't go by the rule book of the IRS. If they did, people would get a fair deal from the IRS. But they use tactics that are unlawful. And they had many people testifying on the panel to the Senate. And some of them still work for IRS. They shielded their face so you couldn't see them, and they altered their voices so they couldn't be recognized by the IRS, and they testified against the IRS what they're doing. And now the Senate and the government is finna pull up IRS. They're going to have to restructure the whole system of IRS because they've been doing underhanded deals and they have not been fair with the American people. Y'all ain't here. They know IRS is a wicked, wicked organization. And it should not even exist because it's a fraud. It's always been a fraud. You're going to let an organization control itself, police itself, and no arm of the government has got any say-so what goes on in the IRS? Now you know that's wicked. Nobody could tell the IRS or its organization what to do. They did what they want to do. That's the reason why Red Fox is dead, because they levied on everything that man had. Took everything the man had. Sammy Davis Jr., they stripped him. That's why he's dead. Because he had to pay millions of dollars that he didn't even owe. They came against a lot of people that's not in the media, that's not, you know, out there in the limelight. Innocent people. And some of them testified they came against people that didn't even have air conditioning in their house and said they owe more than what. How in the world a person gonna owe more taxes than you say they owe and they can't even afford air conditioning? But they get the little people that can't fight back, ain't got the money to get lawyers to fight them back. And how long I've been preaching against IRS? 20-something years. I've been telling y'all, and now all these things are coming to pass. And I've been praying that IRS be torn apart because they're wicked. And you're going to find a lot more corruption, not only in the IRS, but in the Senate. Those folk up there making rules and regulations for all of us. And it's going to get to the White House. You got crooks in all forms of government and law. Now I'm looking for the whole system of insurance to crumble. You can't get a driver's license without insurance.
Now you can't. You got to have insurance.
You can't get an inspection sticker without insurance. You can't get your registration renewed without insurance. Now I remember years ago you didn't have to have insurance for all that. Now they make it mandatory, and if you don't have insurance, they catch you, they have the right to take your automobile and impound it.
Come on.
Take your driver's license from you. This is wicked. That's not right. And a lot of these insurance companies is charging rates that are ridiculous. And a lot of them charging little bitty rates to keep you there. Y'all ain't here. But yet, when it's time for them to pay up, they don't pay. I mean, this whole system is corrupt. And it needs to be dismantled. See, that's why we need to get our house in order. That's where we come in, because we are in the next line for rulership. Not only of America, but the whole world. So we got to get our house in order. We got to be ready to rule this nation. But he that received one went and digged into the earth and hid his Lord's money. In a long time, the Lord of these servants, of those servants, cometh and reckoned with them. And so he had received 5 talents came and brought the other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou delivered unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more.
All right.
His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. So in other words, enter into the kingdom within yourself. That's where the joy is, within yourself. That's where love is within yourself. And see, if you ain't got love in yourself, how can you give love out? Love is within you. And also, that he received 2 talents, came and said, Lord, thou delivered unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. And his Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. Now it's wonderful to be put in a high place or to be welcomed in. But it's irritating to be cast aside and be called unfaithful. Now the works that I've been doing for the last 27 years, I think I've been pretty faithful. I'm not bragging on myself, I'm bragging on God because He's the one that's made me faithful. And every time it's time to go to church, I don't have to make myself come to church. I don't feel like it's a strain, I don't feel like it's a burden. I feel that somebody needs help. And I want to go there to be a blessing. And I want to help somebody to grow a little bit more or to come on up a little bit higher to God's standards. This is why I come, to be a blessing to you. And as I said before, I'll say again, ain't no amount of money you can give to pay back for what you received here at the Church. I don't care if you gave Brother Davis $200 million. That wouldn't be enough to repay for what you learned here and how many times you've been blessed here, how many times you've been healed here. That's not enough money to pay back, so I ain't after money. I want you to be here. Listen what the one said that had 1 talent. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man. Say, God was a hard man, reaping where thou had not sown. Oh, I work for this. Oh, this is fine. Saying the Lord reaping where he didn't sow. Isn't that something? And gathering where thou hast not sown, as if the Lord was an intruder upon his own creation. God is the one that gave you the ability to work. Because you could have woke up one morning and not had the ability to get up. All right. To go to any job or to make money for yourself. So it is God that gives you the ability to get up and go out and make for yourself. But still you're going to say, well, you're a hard man, reaping where you didn't sow. God is the first sower. And wherever you sow, God had already sown. And is it unlawful for God to reap where you say he had not sown? God is the first sower. So he can reap wherever he wants to reap. It all belongs to him. See, what if God didn't give you the soil to sow your seed in? The soil belongs to God. The water belongs to God. The sun belongs to God. And even the seed that you sow. It all belongs to God. Now how is it that God is a hard man reaping where he did not sow? I don't see where it's so hard to give God a tenth. I don't see where it's so wicked to include God in your everyday business and to share your wealth or whatever you get with God. See, we don't get enough of being stingy. See, if God have to take us back to the old days where you had them pants with patches in the back, them shoes with holes underneath them, you had to put pasteboard in it. Y'all ain't here. There's a time you never knew nothing about gold or diamonds on your hand, a gold watch around your wrist, driving a new car. You remember that old ragged car? You did more pushing than driving. Y'all ain't here. You remember the old house you used to live in? You used to have to walk light because if you walk too hard, plank fall in, your foot go through the floor. Y'all remember that? And when it rained, you had to put buckets all around the house to catch the water. See, you don't remember them days, do you? Remember roaches invaded your house? And they were welcome at the table. When it was time to eat, they just come break dancing across the table into your food. And you have to fight with roaches and rats. At nighttime, rats come nibbling at your toes. You go get a piece of bread, the rat in the bread sack. Roaches in the bread sack. That ate through all your bread, and you didn't want to throw it away because that's the only loaf of bread you had, so you tore off the part that was eaten off. I mean, know what I'm talking about. And you kept the other part that they didn't eat off. And some of y'all don't remember, you used to eat that cereal and oatmeal with weevils in it. You didn't throw it away. Had weevils in the grits, weevils in the cereal. When you blow your cereal start moving. But you poured the milk on it anyway. I ain't throwing this away, this is all we got to eat. You ate the bugs at all. You forgetting those days. Y'all ain't here. See, some of y'all were raised in the country. And some of y'all knew about surviving. Some of y'all knew how to make it with nothing. But see, you come to the city now, you got too much, you got more than what you need, and now you hold on to all this junk you really don't need. And you forgot about God, won't pay tithes, won't give an offering, won't make a vow, and wonder why you can't get the victory in your life. And certain things come up, you just can't get the victory on. See, we got to remember, as Deuteronomy said, in the 8th chapter, it is He that gives you power to get wealth. Are y'all still here? Amen. And you know, we were poor, but we didn't know we were poor. Because everybody in the community was poor. So we thought that was normal. But when you go outside the community and see other people living way above what you are, then you find out you're poor. But we didn't know that we was poor. And back in those days, you know, we would go to the store and, you know, with a nickel, and boy, we were rich. You get a whole lot of stuff with a nickel. Get 5 cookies for a penny. Y'all ain't here. 5 pieces of candy for a penny. You get a whole bag of candy, cookies and stuff for 5 cents. Somebody asked me for $1 the other night. One little child come to me and asked me for $1. Give me $1. That's why I got 50 cents. I ooh, 50 cents. I said, you know, when I was coming up, they give me a nickel, boy, I'd be happy as a you. I got a nickel. These kids, they don't know the value of money. Didn't want no 50 cents, wanted $1.
And you got a job.
I said, I ain't giving you no $1 like y'all here. And they went away looking at me like that. You know? Didn't want the 50 cents. I was willing to get a 50 cents, but they wanted the $1. Shout out to you, man. I thought it was funny. But see, we need to start being more thankful. Because there's going to come a day when all the luxury that you ain't going to have no more. The lifestyle that you living now, you might not be able to live it in the near future. So we better start being more thankful and being conservative and start living off of less. Hello? We need to learn how to live off of less. Because see, the more money you make, the more extravagant your life is going to become. But see, I think we ought to have a plan because you know America's getting ready to fall. So we need to try to live off of less and save the rest like the ants for the hard times. Because there will be some hard times. I don't remember the Depression day because I wasn't around during that time. But I heard they had some soup lines. And back in the Depression, you know, when the stock market crashed and you know, people had soup lines, you know, and they had lines 15, 20 blocks long just for a little cup of soup. Are y'all here? And one little piece of bread. And you couldn't get a job nowhere. And businessmen that had business were jumping out of tall buildings, committing suicide because they couldn't handle depression. Now, really, we're in a depression right now, spiritually and mentally. And see, we always come up the last, right? See, when America sneezes, we get pneumonia. See, we're the last hired and the first fired. Always been that way. And always will be that way until we change it. And this is why I teach the way I teach, because we are going to be the recipients of this new nation that God's going to raise up here in America. And see, everywhere you go on this planet, you're going to hear about what's being taught here at Word Bible Temple. You can say, well, I heard it here first. Because other churches, they ain't going to teach about it. They ain't going to tell the people about it. Matter of fact, the preacher encouraged you to eat that meat. Y'all ain't here. He don't know nothing about health. He ain't going to teach you nothing about health. He got a mess of ribs waiting on him at home. So he ain't going to talk about no meat. Even if he hear on the news that's E. coli in the meat, he ain't going to tell you about no meat. Just bless it and eat it in the name of Jesus. But Jesus give you common sense. If something contaminated, you don't bless it, you throw it out. And they used to tell me, say, if you're in doubt, throw it out. Now he that would want said, look, you're a hard man. You reaping where you didn't sow and gathering where you're not strong. Thou ought therefore to have put my money to exchange. But the Lord called him a wicked and soulful servant. And he said, look, you knew that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I not strove. You should have put my money to exchanges, and then at my coming, I should have received my own with usury. That means with interest. Right. Don't you know it's wrong to not put your money to usury? Huh? Don't you know it's wrong to have money and not let the money multiply? In the Bible, anytime somebody give you a loan, they give you a loan with usury, with interest. And you got to pay the interest back. You go to a loan company, they're going to charge you interest. You get a credit card, they're going to charge you a certain percentage of interest. Hello? And same way, if you borrow money from a friend, that friend should charge you some interest. Oh, y'all ain't here. Somebody said, oh, go ahead. Well, if you recognize or look at it as a bank or a loan company, you should charge some kind of interest, and that would deter them from coming back. They won't come back and borrow no more money. He charged me interest. Sure do. I work hard for my money too. And I think you ought to pay me some interest back.
Thank you.
Shout out to you, man. But he told him, look, you should have put my money to usury. Therefore, take the talent from him and give it to him which hath 10 talents.
All right.
For unto everyone that have shall be given, and he shall have an abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away even that which ye have. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness, where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. You know, at this moment, right now, I got some money working for me. How many here today got some money working for you? See, that's very important in your economic survival in America. You got to have some money working for you. You just can't work for the money all the time. You got to have some money working for you. You know, there's a list that you can get where people had bank accounts, savings accounts, CDs, mutual funds, stocks and bonds. They died without ever getting this money. And if you're an heir or relative, you can get this money. And there's a list that the government put out every year with a number you can call, got names from A to Z in the paper, and you can look there, and if you see your name where you had a bank account forgot, you know, to get that money out, or maybe you had a house that you paid for and there was some money left in the escrow, or there was some money refunded from that house that you paid the last note that was due you and you forgot to get it, you can get that money. And not only that, Sister Grimble, she gave us a number today that you can call, and every child under 12 years old that ate Gerber baby food, you can receive a certificate of $500. Savings month of $500, because they put additives in Gerber baby food, but they say they didn't. But the government found out they did put additives in Gerber baby food. So every child that's under 12 years old that ate Gerber baby food, they can get a $500 savings fund. See, they didn't put it on the news, they just faxed it to people. They didn't put it on the news. All you have to do is send your birth certificate and the child's name. Well, you got to keep on sending it in. You just can't send it one time. You got to call. Because, see, there are millions of people around the country, you know, doing that. And you should get that money. If they go offer you $500 savings bond, go on after. Send it in several times a month if you have to. And if they ain't sent it, find out, write your congressman. Because if it's a law, they're supposed to send you that, then they're supposed to send it to you. Write your congressman and say, look, I sent this in and they ain't sent me my savings bond. So find out who your congressman is in your community or where state you're in, and call your congressman, because they're bound to work for you and find out information and get things done for you. Amen? So I just wanted to pass it on to you. And I think everybody needs to have some money working for them. And everybody needs to get some type of CD or mutual fund or some type of interest-bearing certificate where you can get some money on your returns. And leave it there. Don't mess with it. Let it grow. And even if it's an insurance policy, because some of these insurance policies grow over the years and you get cash back. So just let them grow. And one day when you need it, you can get it. Are y'all still here today? So righteousness exalts a nation. But the Bible said sin is a reproach to any people. So we're in the phase of righteousness now, because the nation is wicked and now righteousness is going to rule. And we got to get in a position ready to rule. don't know about y'all, but I want to be over about 3 or 4 states myself. I like to be over Texas. The whole state of Texas. Are y'all still here? And I think I can make some vast changes all over this state of Texas. Now, there are other people that's going to rule other states in the country, or other cities, but I want to rule Texas, because Texas is the biggest state in the United States. And I like to rule Texas. And one of these days, we're going to rule again. Ain't God good? Because righteousness is going to prevail. Let's give the Lord a great big hand clap. Amen. We're getting out of here early. And we thank God for getting out of church early today. This is early. Somebody said, "Where you got out yet?" Yeah. Well, y'all don't hang around and talk. we getting out of here before 2 o'clock. We're going to beat that church out back there. Amen. But we will have service again tonight. We'll have service at 6 p.m. this evening. So come on back tonight. I know Master John is calling Monday morning. But press your way on out tonight, because you never know what God's got in store for you tonight in the Word. So come on back out. God's got a blessing with your name on it. Do we have any other announcements before we get out of here? Any special announcements?
That's what the announcement, but for next Sunday, our program, Brother Johnson, we're for next Sunday, please. All right, Tina, sing a song for you next Sunday.
She gonna sing a song for us. All right.
I'm gonna ask her to listen for a song and voices. Joy.
Amen.
Thank you all very much.
All right. And we'll know who's on the program next Sunday morning. Amen. Well, we thank God for everyone being out today. Amen. We're going to get on out of here. Let's everyone stand. Minister Young going to come and give our benediction. And as our benediction come on through the prayer line, I'm going to leave an iron claw on your head today. Amen. So if you need a blessing, need a healing, whatever, we're going to pray the prayer of faith, and God's going to meet the need. Right now, Minister Young. God bless you.
Amen. I always thank and praise you, Lord, for spending the word today, God. We thank you for blessing everyone, God, that came in today. God, don't let us go without a blessing. God, just protect us. God, on next week, God, we go next week, God. God, just lead us back to this place. We thank you for everything, God. Amen.